Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping, $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
The weight enough flex. The live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Oh, it's that lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. I got to cut out a little early. So let's just get to this work. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. G. McCall, David Scott III, True Boxing Night, 88 Sports Talk, Rick Blackwell, Rod Neal, Eric Jordan, Rampage, Mind of Monster, Musa, Mac of the South, Eric Jordan. I ain't see Ern Jordan in a minute. Salute to him. Trail Will in the building. Salute. Clarence McClain, my brother. What's going on? Steve L. the Mac. Yeah, there's an open workout today. I think so. CT Fat Boy. Acondo, my brother. What's going on? Shaquilla Fields. Gio James. Condo. Stormy B-Man. Jalen Hudson. Carlo Dinetto. Salute, brother. All right, let's get to this work. 18 by 18. This dude, Shakur, says, if you call me Jerry, then I'm whooping Tom's arse. Bob, what's going on? Thomas, what's going on? Okay. And I believe BF was talking about this yesterday. And I'm not going to say concerns. I was going to say I share the same concerns. But it's intriguing how this is going to play out, if it means anything. Chaz Bleak, Dion next up, salute. Boris, what up? Now, it's intriguing. Very, 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 very intriguing. It's an 18 by 18 ring. Listen, boxers are supposed to have a Marine mentality. Y'all know what a Marine is? Are there any Marines? I know Akondo's military. My brother Condo's military. Andrew 100, salute. BF was military. Marines are the first ones in and the last ones out. They have excessive training, but if the training fails in the field, they are taught to think outside the box. When you see something that you're training, yep, Trail Will, that's right. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. When training fails in the field, you got to think outside the box. You might have to do something MacGyver-ish. Y'all remember MacGyver? Who's old in here? he would take a pencil, a lighter, a paper clip, and a steel chair and make a bomb. It's like, how'd he do that? Yep. Lost from the Jungle. Salute. Gerard, Harlem in the building. Yeah, that's another thing. To promote, well, you know what it is? Gerard, they promoted this fight, but let's just call it what it is. I'm just going to say it, man. Nobody cares about Shakur like that. That's just it. When I say things like hate is love, people hate Devin so much that I don't know why they're the co-main versus, David Benavidez and Anthony Yard as a main event. And, it don't matter. Devin's getting paid. But, I mean, the way Devin gets dragged all over the internet, you would, you know what I mean? Thomas says they're giving tickets away. Really? Or Rampage says, I saw Wally Moses. And yeah, people are out here. My homegirl said, that guy Shiraz. I was like, yeah. And we was talking on WhatsApp. She said, ain't that him? And she turned the camera around on her phone. He was walking across the street. I was like, yeah, that's him. I couldn't tell by the picture, but he's like a little taller than me. He's like 6'4". I was like, he's tall, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's him. That's definitely him. He had his hair slicked back with some shades on. He was just walking. So they out here. They out here. Yep. Thomas said, I know personally people who giving tickets away. Bro, yeah, the fight's not nobody cares about Shakur. And I'm not Shushu's dad had a stack of tickets. Bro. So you saying I could definitely go to the fight this weekend if I wanted to? Hey man, Hey man. Look, Shakur is not a hot ticket. But listen, I don't want to, there's a lot of Shakur fans. Listen. I'm not dragging Shakur this morning. I'm not dragging him this morning at all. I'm saying he's going to have to be like Trill Will. He's going to have to be a Marine, thinking outside of the box. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion, and we can dialogue about it. My opinion is, I think he can. I'm not here to bash him. I'm not here to talk crazy and clown him. I'm going to give you my opinion. 18 by 18 is really not going to matter. I think Shakur has a high boxing IQ. And I think he has the tools to exist in the 18 by 18. It's not going to look much different. BVO, salute. King Bonnie, salute. Shogun, salute. I don't think it's going to matter much. Shakur's going to be Shakur. Let me tell you what I don't want, and I need you to listen. Harwin, salute. He doesn't need to change anything about his style. Yeah, I said it. Like I said before, y'all don't like his style? Tough. It is up to his opponent to make him do something different, right or wrong. That is not his fault. That is not his fault. De Los Santos couldn't cut the ring off and hammer him. Pause. That is his fault. That is his fault. Let me tell you what else I don't want. I don't want all of this chatter to get to his head. Boy, don't turn into Tim Bradley versus Ruslan Provodnikov. Do not do that. Because you know what I don't want to find out under those circumstances? I don't want to find out that you got a really good chin, but now you in there getting slaughtered around the damn ring. Butcher, what up? That's not you, Shakur. That's not you. Am I being fair? I can't stand when a boxer gets so affected by what people are saying outside the ring that they get into the ring and they do something dumb. Tim Bradley is an idiot. Tim Bradley is an idiot. I will never let him live that down. That rules and provide the real OG, Mr. Martin, the building. Salute. Exactly. He needs to stick to his game plan. Don't change for anybody. Oh, you're boring. Everyone that got the biggest mouths about his fighting style never laced up a pair of gloves. And the pros that had everything to say about him couldn't beat him in their prime. How about that? Feel me? Am I being fair? Am I fanboying out over Shakur? No. I am very consistent. I defended his fighting style. I don't have to like his moves or what he does. I don't have to like any of that. But I need Shakur to be Shakur 100% of the time. Young man, half a brother, because he's half Puerto Rican. I mean, he said that. Young man, young half a brother, they done shrunk the ring on your ass. You need to show the world that that don't matter. I can still move in an 18 by 18. Feel me? Hold on, what you sent me? Oh, that's a violation, bro. That's crazy. You see? Steve L just sent me something. Now you see, this is the reason why he should continue to fight how he fights. That's the reason. They got this dude in memes and everything else. 88 Sports Talk, salute to you in that super chat. He says smaller ring isn't gonna matter when Shakur gets the distance and range is over. Zepeda will blitz him, so this will be interesting. Yeah. And here's what else I'm gonna say. I think, dare I say, Shakur's power might be a little bit underrated. I mean, his hands break, every other fight or whatever. But he was hurting Josh Pally. Josh Pally wasn't in shape or nothing like that, but he still had to get him out of there. Now, what happens, LeVar, what up? Now, what happens if Zepeda does blitz him and close the distance, and Shakur stands his ground, those hard, stiff jabs to the body, hits him with those sharp hooks, and Zepeda get hurt? I know what people are going to say. Oh, well, that's all we wanted. Well, look, man. Well, if he does that to Zepeda, fine. He did it to Padley, fine. You just can't do that to Edwin De Los Santos. That boy got cracks. And I'm sure he felt something early in that fight, say, yo, you know what? Y'all remember what De Los Santos did to El Rayo? Y'all remember that? I was like, oh, look at that. Dude could punch. And Shakur said, you know what? I'm going to win. And I'm with that. I didn't rip his performance. I didn't care. I said, yo, it's round 7. This dude's not cutting off the ring. It's round 9. This dude's not cutting off the ring. Do you remember when Coach Cal, when our brother Marco asked Coach Cal, hey, man, what about Shakur? He said, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. You remember that? In reference to Tank Davis. Marco referred to Shakur as a rabbit. He can get away. Intelligent Savage, salute. Yeah. But what I said was, and I'm just being honest with the conversation, what we heard, Trey Titan, salute. Main Biker, salute. With the conversation that we heard, I'm just being honest. Coach Cal understands his product in Tank Davis. He understands what he can do and what he cannot do. And what he cannot do is cut the ring off with Shakur. And Shakur will rack up points and win on a decision, which is why the fight never happened. Because the A side is the one that picks up the phone and makes the phone call. Leonard Smellerby is the one that says, no one challenges Tank. We make the calls. And they didn't make the call. Adrian, what up? See what I mean? I'm just being honest with this thing. I'm not here to rip Shakur at all. I'm not here to rip him at all. I'm here to say he needs to be consistent. 18 by 18, 16 by 16, 10 by 10. Be yourself. Because there are people that are in here hoping, and let me tell you where the danger is in this. There are people hoping that he does get his head knocked off. They are. And let me say this. Shrinking the ring is not the way to go to do it. And if you're with that, if you're one of those people saying, good, they shrank the ring and now he can't run, you are everything that's wrong with boxing. When that taco head wearing coon made up that petition to punish athletes for lack of action, everybody was talking about Devin. Not one time did they think of Shakur. Devin is 10 times more exciting than Shakur. He had one performance that a mindless freak can't understand, that a group of mindless freaks couldn't understand. And it wasn't what they wanted, and now they want to invent new rules and shrink the ring and everything else. Well, fine. Devin's going to be okay. But Bud fans, how's that working out for you? All that laughing and joking you did about Devin Haney and everything else, and now you're in an 18 by 18 with Canelo. You didn't think about that. Now, I still got Bud winning, but you didn't think about that, right? Shakur fans, you were sitting there watching the Ramirez fight. Oh, my God, this is the worst thing I ever seen. And I'm saying, hey, man, I watched that De Los Santos fight. I didn't have a problem with it. Man, I ain't got a problem with what I'm looking at now. Hard win. We could agree to disagree. That's fine. Tay, good morning. That's fine. I hope dude don't break his hands. There's a lot of that going around, you know. I mean, this kid got how many KOs he got? Like 11? Matter of fact, let me look that up. Shakur Stevenson. "23 victories, 11 knockouts. Last time the hell? Yeah. 23 wins and 11 KOs. 47% KO ratio, almost 48. Let's go to Devin Haney. 32 victories, 15 KOs. 46%, almost 47% KO ratio, but he had more fights. I don't know how many times he's broken his hand, but he's pillow fisted. I mean, I don't get it. Whatever. Hey, Brian Norman's a killer. Brian Norman's a killer. He said, give me Brian Norman. Uh-oh. Devin gonna die in the ring. Oh my God, he's gonna pull out of the fight. Okay. Tried to fight Tank, tried to fight Shakur, tried to fight everybody. Now, you know, y'all niggas wasn't even talking about Brian Norman until last week. You guys are BFTB in the building. Salute. You guys are like shameless, man. I swear to God. The worst. Boxing fan times 4 in that super chat. Salute. He says, another Eddie fighter popped dirty. Francisco Rodriguez Jr. I ain't see his fight. but they say he looked like he had unlimited stamina and broke CompuBox records. I don't even know who that is. Did he pop? You serious? Like, is that in the news? Did he pop, or are you saying that he's gonna pop? Did he? Adverse findings? Oh, no. Wait a minute. No. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. Hold on. Confirmed by Matchroom Boxing, who staged about that Rodriguez failed his post-fight anti-doping test, which was conducted by VADA. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. What camp is Francisco out of? What camp is Francisco out of? Oh my God. Stormy, didn't we say there's gonna be more? Yo, wait a goddamn minute. Listen, everybody that does content, Stormy's doing a video on it. I need Thomas, Clarence. We all need to tackle this. This is ridiculous. Godfather.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I need you to understand, if this was Derek James, right? You know what? Pick a black trainer. Pick one. Malik Scott, pick one. Yeah, True Boxing Night, it's Eddie Reynoso's camp. Another, you know what, man? You know who I want to know has anything, if he's going to say anything about this? Tim Bradley. The leader of Cooney Tunes. I wonder what he's going to say. He got a fucking YouTube channel. Go on and say something. Son of a bitch. Yo, he popped again? But right, salute. Oh, Village Brother, I tell you. Wait, nah, hold on. No. I think I can find it. Give me 1 second. I took it off my, nah, hell no. Where is that? I'm gonna find that effort. I can't believe, no, I can believe this. I can believe this 100%. Another, this is wild work, y'all. This is wild work. Nah. This gotta be news, y'all. This gotta be news. And this is actually right on time because Devin Haney's a clean fighter. Shakur is a clean fighter. These are clean fighters. Not the Juice Crew. And you know what? Straight up and down, we need to support Bud regardless. Because once again, you're getting a glimpse of what he's up against. He's up against the machine. He's up against the machine, y'all. Yeah, True Boxing Night. Bro, hey, listen. You know why, brother. You know why? Our brother says, how can this camp still be functioning without scrutiny? Well, we do our job over here. When anybody pops dirty, we do our job. Kamara, what up? We do our job. I mean, we're not bullying anybody. Stephen X, my brother, salute. We're telling the truth. Everybody popped. And now this is the latest in schmuckery over here. I didn't know this. This is why y'all are here. I don't see everything. I didn't go to boxing scene this morning yet. The reason why he has no scrutiny is because who's over there? Who's over there? No black people. No black people were over there. That's all I'm saying, brother. Look what's over there. That's a Mexican group over there. There's people capping for him right now. I bet you there's Latino channels right now that are not either going to talk about this or mention it and get off of it. We have to do our job. Yeah, Steve L, this is 7. 7. If this was Derek fucking James, and they said he broke a CompuBox numbers with the punches he threw, and then he pissed hot. Gerard said 8. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back to my meme over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because this Francisco nigga ain't in this. You know, whether it's 7 or 8, 1 is too many. 1 is too many. 1 is too many. I want Eddie Reynoso banned from the sport. We need to campaign. Get him the fuck out the sport, man. Get him out the sport. Matter of fact, when Oscar Valdez was clean, didn't Shakur whoop his ass? You see what I mean? When he fought clean, didn't Navarrete bust his face up? You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. This is, can y'all imagine if this was Derek James? If this was Malik Scott? Imagine. Pick a black trainer anywhere. Yeah, salute, Queen. Pick, Tiago, what up? Pick a black trainer. Big brother in life, salute. Pick one. Listen, man, ripping black people has become normalized. Y'all do know the whole time Don King was giving us these monster events, Bob Arum was around the whole time, right? Doing the same crap. But Don King was this super villain. See what I mean? That's normalized. He got movies and he stole Mike Tyson's money. Shawa, salute, Queen. All of this stuff. And this is what we're up against. And when I talk about racism in boxing, it's no, watch this. When you think of a Mexican fighter, I don't have to put a name to it. When I say Mexican boxer, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Based off of what you hear. Mexican boxer, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? First thing. Because I've been hearing it since the 70s, y'all. Mexican boxer goes with what? Just one word. Nah, Stephen X, not what comes to mind today. Because that comes to mind today. I'm talking about, the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s. Thank you, main biker. Warrior. Mexican warrior, the warrior heart. That's what Mexican warrior. Aztec warrior. Now, you see how we say steroids and drug cheats now? You see that? Today, when you mention Black American fighter, first of all, when you say black fighter, automatically you don't think Africans. There's a handful of African boxers that were popular. Ike Abiabuchi, Ike Corte, you know what I mean? There's a lot of heroes. But when you say black fighter, you think of American boxer. What do you think of? What do you think the world is thinking of now as opposed to what they were thinking of 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago? When I say black fighter, what do you think of? If Mexican boxer goes with the word warrior, when you say a black American boxer, first of all, when you say American boxer, you can't help but to think of a black face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thank you, main biker. Slick. You know what they've done with that word? Mark and Wunderlich in the building. You know what they've done with that word? They've turned it into running. They've made it a negative. Don King went to prison, before the boxing thing or whatever. He went to prison for murder, too. Before all of that, it's America. It's the land of second opportunities. He did the crime. He did his time. He's a businessman. Bob Arum, while in boxing, had the FBI raid his place of business. He had to go to court and admit that he fixed fights. They have a no black fighter rule in the offices of Top Rank, and none of you niggas say anything. You don't say anything. Got up there and disrespected Devin, talked about running recently. I think it was like last week. Whole time, please, man. Get out of here, bro. The dude's like 1,000 years old. We're in the world of vice versa. Oscar De La Hoya really got on his social media and congratulated Teofimo Lopez for ducking $11 million because Devin Haney's fighting style isn't suitable. But Lopez was just talking about not making $1 million. Turkey said, I got 11 of them things for you, and you still said no? No, he don't want to get his ass whooped. I don't know why that wasn't bigger news. So when I talk about the treatment, and these niggas out here are so conditioned, you just accept it. Slick fighting style is what black Americans do. Now it's called running. They hijacked it that fast. They shrunk the fucking ring. Now listen, man. I got my issues with Shakur. But I'm going to need him to whoop Zepeda's ass off a general principle. Now, I'm going to say this. I do got a bad feeling about this fight. I do. There's just something not right. And there's a disturbance in the force. For you Star Wars heads, you know what I just said. There's a disturbance in the force. But I'm going to need him to whoop Zepeda's ass. And I need him to grab the mic and say, yeah, 18 by 18, right? Uh-huh. Told you don't matter. Y'all might as well put us in a phone booth to generate these savages compliance, because the people screaming about a 18 by 18 ring, they don't know boxing. They don't. These are the same niggas that go watch the UFC, and when it's two jiu-jitsu experts, they grab on and start rolling on the floor. Hey, this is boring. What are they doing? They're working. You just don't understand what you're looking at. Royce Gracie was one of the greatest little men in UFC history when there was no weight classes, no gloves, nothing. Because he was all of 180 pounds, and he was fighting mammoths in there. And he grabbed onto them, and they couldn't get him off, and he choked them. He was a giant killer. That was the first time I knew about jiu-jitsu. That was the first time the world saw it. They're like, how does this little guy fighting this giant 300-pound, 6'8"? Oh my God, he choked him. Yeah. Yes. And that's what we're witnessing right now, family. These idiots don't know what they're watching, and they have infiltrated our sport. They come into our comment section and talk about boring or whatever. Shut up, bro. Edwin De Los Santos could not cut off the ring, and Shakur schooled him, and he was ridiculed for it, and it wasn't right. So off a general principle, and I don't hate Zapata, I don't. But after careful thought over the last 3 days, because I was detached from this fight, I said, man, whatever happens, happens. But then I started to think about it. I say, they shrink in the ring. And these fighters are now in a position where they're getting the money that they want. But what's the cost now? Now, some fighters are going to be okay. I think Shakur's going to be okay. But how does, and now watch this. We talk about consistency. How the fuck does Tyson Fury fare at 6'9", 300 pounds? Because he's coming out of retirement. I'll talk about that some other time. How's he going to fare at 6'9", 300 pounds in an 18x18? All of you Fury fans that were laughing at this Devin shit, you won't be able to run. You won't be able to run. Now Fury's in the 18x18. Now he got to fight Deontay for a fourth time. Is that cool? You cool with that? All right. Magically, I'm cool. Because running was never the problem. Drugs was. Fury fought 3 times on an even playing field. He got knocked on his ass by an MMA guy who got washed by AJ in 2 rounds. And got washed by basically a cruiserweight. Clearly drugs was the problem. And he retired so he could cycle again, and now he's coming out. Now he wants to get in the ring fast now, right? Nah, bro, we know what you did. We know what you did. It's fool's gold. Fury fans, how y'all feel with your fat friend in an 18x18 now? You see what I mean? But he's a master boxer. Shouldn't matter, right? All right, we gonna see. What about Usyk? He's about to get in there with Daniel Dubois in an 18x18. And he ain't gonna be in Poland no more with Daniel Dubois afraid for his life. I don't want to talk too much. Now he's more in range. And Usyk is a decent puncher. But he's a boxer. He got to move. He needs room to work. It don't sound too cool now, does it? Insane Talk, salute. So out of principle, Coach Hudson in the building, salute. So out of principle. Now y'all know I don't look, there's a lot of fighters I don't uck with. But you never heard me say that Shakur is trash. You never heard me say that. You never heard me say that Tank is trash. You never heard me say that. You never heard me say Loma's trash. You never heard me say that. Labnificent, salute. Never heard me say that. I'm just saying, if you nice like that, prove it. That's all I've ever said. That's all I've ever said. Well, What's the old saying? Zapata gonna be on this kid like a cheap suit. And I'd like to believe that Shakur has the skill set to get it done. I'd like to say that Shakur is going to hit Zapata with so many lefts, he's going to beg for a right. But there's a disturbance in the goddamn force. And if he gets caught and he loses, that's going to be a win for the casuals and the assholes. And when I'm telling you boxing supporters, you true boxing supporters, you need to call those clowns out because they don't deserve a seat at the table for us. We're real. What does Blue say? Go have a seat at the kiddie table with the animal-shaped chicken nuggets. We're eating 4-course adult meals where you need several spoons, several different spoons, and several different forks. We eat with etiquette over here. Y'all eat with y'all hands. Y'all, the only thing I ask y'all is, do y'all want honey mustard or barbecue sauce for your animal nuggets? That's it. Because y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Don't I always say, people have to qualify to talk boxing with you. There's conversations, there's people that jump into my comment sections when my videos upload and they say the silliest shit. Some dude came into my comment section just 2 days ago. Oh, this is a Haney channel. Where's Bill? LOL. Now, why would I go back and forth with him? I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll say something. I'll have a smart comeback, and I'll tell him I'm gonna leave this up there for a day or two so you can read it, because you already know what's about to happen to you. I'll leave it up there for a day, and sometimes I'll come back and they'll try and rebuttal my comment. I don't read it. I block them. Your block game, that is your home run hitter. That is your slamming the door. Y'all used to watch the Jeffersons back in the day? Remember when George used to just slam the door in people's face? That's your block button. Bang! And the audience just crack up. Yup. And he bop away from the door. Yes. This is your home. You protect your peace. You protect your peace. You block, you block, you block, you block, you block. And shout out to my brother Dikembe. Where's Dikembe at? Man, StreamYard done moved everything around. Where you at, Dikembe? I know you here. Where's he at? Oh, here you go.
Not today.
Block. Block, block, block. Todd French in that super chat salute. He says, and what's funny, all this bitching and moaning about ring size, Shakur asked for the smaller ring. Zapata declined it. Where's Taco Head at? Hashtag 24/20. I didn't know that, brother. Shakur asked for the smaller ring? Because I'm telling you, I was detached from this fight. I really didn't care. Because that's another thing. If I'm not getting the fights that I want out of these athletes, I'm really like, I'll talk about it, but I don't do no research. He asked for the smaller ring? Shakur asked for it? Amazing. That's dope. That's dope. As far as Taco Hack is concerned, man, F that dude, man. That dude is a disgrace. Look. Town Biz just sent me. Hold on. I am frying that entire camp right now. Town Biz just sent me it too. Francisco Rodriguez. He was throwing 100 hand slaps in that. They say, yeah, that was a good. You broke CompuBox numbers, man. Here, go pee in this cup real quick, man. That was a good job, Francisco, man. Yo, pee in this cup, please, yo. Somebody accompany him. And lava came out, burnt through the cup. Terrific. Main biker in that super chat salute. He says, Turkey changing the game with to accommodate the inferiors. Exactly. And it goes to show you, Turkey is just playing a video game. You feel me? He's just playing a video game. He got Great Bob's Ray, salute. He's just playing the game. He got deep pockets, and he just cut on his PS 5000. And he says, you know what? I'm gonna put Butterbean in the ring with Joe Frazier. You can do that on Fight Night Champion. You can fucking make Nonito Donaire fight Yuriorkis Gamboa. You can do that on goddamn Fight Night Champion. Billy Dibb versus Oscar De La Hoya. You could do that on Fight Night Champion, and shout out to Billy Dibb. Fine boxer from Australia. He had some troubles, but he's fine now. Turkey playing the game. He was even trolling, talking about, I could shrink the ring in between. This dude think he in the Thunderdome from Mad Max. You're gonna come out with tag team boxing. You're gonna be fighting in the ring, gonna start wobbling from back and forth. It's gonna elevate. The rope's gonna get on fire. He's gonna light the ropes on fire. It's gonna be you already got that WWE guy working with you. And how do we, as supporters, are supposed to act? Turkey, man, we like the fact that you're paying these guys, but manipulating the equipment, man, you got to stop, man. Don't do that shit. Todd French back in that super chat. He says, ring is now 24 by 20s. To pay to turn down a smaller ring. Really? Oh, because maybe he's going to be the one running. Look, man, out of general principle, egalitarian, salute. Kawhi Elliott, salute. Copper, what up? Out of general principle, I need Shakur to show up and show out. Word, King Vonnie, it's going to be a kumite in this motherfucker. I need Shakur out of this is for boxing, y'all. This is for boxing. I need Shakur to show up and show out. This is for boxing. Shrink the ring, no problem. I'm gonna show you it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I hope his hands are properly fixed. And if that shit break, you keep throwing it. Arturo Gatti did. There go that name. He broke his hand. I forget which fight, but he broke his hand. And he told Buddy McGurk, he said, my hand's broken. And Buddy said, your hand's broken? He said, yeah. He said, what do you want me to do? And he said, I'm going to keep fighting. That's what he said. It was on HBO. I don't know who that, y'all help me out. I don't know who that was against. But one round he went back, the camera was right there. He put his head on Gaddy's head. And he was giving him instruction. He said, Buddy, my hand's broke. He said, your hand broke? He said, I broke my hand. Buddy said, what do you want me to do? He said, I'm going to keep fighting. That was a Toro. He wasn't the best boxer in the world, but they did call him the blood and guts warrior. There was no quit in that man at all. Hey, man, look, Floyd Mayweather broke his hand fighting Jesus Chavez and took a knee. That was called a knockdown, y'all. If y'all look up his box rec. He broke his hand, hitting him in the forehead. He broke, it hurt so bad, Floyd took a knee, and they started counting. I said, oh, shit, what happened? He broke his hand. But he went on to stop Chavez. Jesus Chavez. He stopped him. So Floyd had dog in him. He absolutely had dog in him. Shakur, unleash this dog, but I need you to do it on your terms. If this dude can't cut off an 18 by 18 and Shakur still looks like Shakur, if he has to win and it looks identical to Edwin De Los Santos, I don't care if they boo this kid, you already got your check, bruh. That's it. Grab that mic and pop your shit. You don't like what I'm doing? Come stop it, Tank. Anybody at 135, y'all don't like what I'm doing? Try and stop me. I'm the best boxer in the world. That's what I need you to do, Shakur. Kawhi said that was against Mickey Ward. It may have been. The second or third fight, they fought like 1,000,000 times. But I remember that. He said, I broke my hand. And Buddy said, what do you want me to do? He said, I'm going to keep fighting. Shakur needs to pop. You know what, Shakur needs to turn into an absolute troll. Boxing fan times Boxing fan times 4 back in that super chat. He says, and the guy Morrell is fighting this weekend. Imam Katev has an active suspension from the amateurs until June 2020. What? For the same ish kind of Ben pop for? Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. That can happen? Family, there's a whole lot that I don't know. I know a lot of stuff, but there's things that I don't know. How are you suspended from the amateurs, but allowed to compete as a pro? But you're suspended from the amateurs because you pop for drugs. Could somebody do research for me? Because I know nothing about Coach Hudson. I know you knee deep in the amateurs. I don't know everything, brother. Could somebody read Boxing Fan times 4? This is true. He has a suspension from the amateurs that goes into 2027, but he's allowed to turn pro. So it doesn't count. It kind of makes sense. But even going into the amateurs, there's no commission in between that says, yo, this guy he popped hot. Can this happen? He had the same drugs in the system that Conor Ben had? Yeah, Clarence, please ask around, bro. I am not educated about this, but goddamn, so it's like, yo, I can't fight in the amateurs anymore for 2027. But hello, that's 2 years. I'm going pro anyway. Oh my God. What? But if he popped for the thing that Conor Ben popped for, and it's not allowed in the amateur setting, it's definitely not allowed in the pro setting. Would it be up to the state? Okay, you got the suspension and you can't fight in Delaware because we're going to honor that suspension. California might not honor it, but Florida might. Well, not Florida. They let anybody fight there. Conor Ben, exactly. Conor Ben was suspended from his own country. He fought right here in Florida, in our country. Coach said it does not roll over to the pro. Wow. I just learned something this morning. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man, I hate boxing, man. Yo, look at this. Look at this. Look. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, democracy at its finest. Coach Hudson says it's all up to the commission. Many of them have had shady amateur. Yeah, I heard a lot about the amateurs, man. A lot of Ryan Garcia's wins. I understand his dad was one of the judges. Cousin was the ref. Oh, he says check the link. Let me check that link. Yeah, this is it. This is it. July 8th, 2025. This is it. Well, that's today's date, but you know. The ITA report said boxer Imam Kataev has been sanctioned with a 2-year period of ineligibility. The International Testing Agency. Holy smokes. Oh my God, bro. This is crazy work. Yo, when I say this is a Jose, what up? When I say this is a dirtbag business, Jose says it's Clomid 50. That's the original name. That's made so when you get off high test level cycles, so your marbles start making test fast again. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Then you go on a downer. It's like a sugar rush. This is a douche game. Yeah, coach. Of course, Ryan's a liar. He knew what drugs are. He knows what it is. He was around it the whole time. He's full of shit. Red Tex, what up, man? This is a dirtbag game, man. I had no idea about this. Wow. Well, Imam. Hey, man. Hey, man. The rabbit hole is deeper than one think, right? I didn't know anything about this. So you got this going on. You got a new member to the Juice Crew and Eddie Reynoso's clique. And they shrink in the ring on Black American fighters.
What?
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Yeah, Coach Hudson, I'm telling you, it's all corrupt. And I've been hearing about it being corrupt for years, but this drug thing, this is just something else. I wasn't. You figured it's there, but to what degree? It's unimaginable. Now, how the hell he suspended his suspension is from all the way up to 2027, but he can go pro. You feel me? This is crazy. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. Off of general principle, after I've thought about it, Shakur cannot lose this fight, man. And I know he's an asshole. He's not doing it for us. He's not doing it for the community. He don't care about us. But let me say this, and I need Black American fighters to listen to this carefully. You see why what we do here is important? Y'all don't need us. And remember Andre Ward said, he told Fred, my mama black. No, he said, my daddy white. That's what he said. And we said, nah, man, your mama black, though. At some point, you need a voice. And your voice is not enough. Because all they see is you losing in the ring. Deontay, there was an attempt on his life 3 times. 3 times. And when we finally met Malik Scott face to face when we was in Vegas, he said, yo, man, if it wasn't for y'all, they were trying to drag our brother. He told us that to our face, and that hit my heart, man. If it wasn't for y'all, he pointed at us. If it wasn't for y'all, because we are the voice. A boxer loses in the fight, they don't want to hear shit else. And I want you to think about it. I'm just going to say this. Latin fighters don't need no social media. Francisco just popped. My brother Town Biz just sent me the text. Y'all just let me know because I didn't look at no news this morning. I just got on my live. Stormy B, man, His video on Rodriguez will premiere at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So I think that's 4:30 my time. Y'all go show love. We all need to be on this. Content creators, 88, you, Clarence, Coach Hudson, I know you're going to cook on it. Shower, myself, the General, BF, I know he on it. If y'all considering doing content, this should be your first video. Because this is insane at this point. Everybody from the Reynoso gym can do 1,000 push-ups. And their bodies don't match what they're doing in the ring. Main biker in that super chat, much love. He said the mission is to stop black fighters from reigning. Yes. And this is what I was saying. There was no voice. The Latin community has a voice. Like I said earlier in the show, when you say Mexican, as far as a boxer is concerned, you think warrior. With black fighter, you used to think slick. Now they morphed it into running. Running? In Turkey is just listening to this bullshit and saying, you know what, I got to do something. I'm just going to shrink the ring. Super Mac time, long time no see, salute. And he shrank the ring. And I'm going to tell you something else. I told y'all I didn't like Shakur's aura when I was standing like in front of him. I'm like, it's off, bruh. His attitude was off. But on second thought, you know what it might be? This rhetoric is getting to him. Shakur, look, I can't help who I am. I'm going to talk to the black side of you. Because you're the one that pointed out that you're only half black. So let's go with that. I need you to listen to me, young man. I need you to be you. Do not run into that ring and try and prove a point. You got space to work, take the space. I don't care if it looks worse than Edwin De Los Santos. I need you to be you. It's not about slugging it out. It's not about power. It is the sweet science, hit and not get hit. I need you to do what you do best. And I need you black fighters, you black commentators, you retired black fighters. There's a trail of destruction on how they tried to drag you. I ripped Floyd apart yesterday, but I remember when they tried to drag him. I held Andre Ward to a standard, but I remember when they dragged him. I'm going to keep it brief about him. I remember them people saying, hey, man, I don't like Andre Ward. Why? He's always injured. He's injured? Okay. Well, he was having a contract dispute. Work that out. Work that out. Fix my money and I'll fight. I said, man, he won that Super 6. They even changed competitors in there. He still came out on top. Oh, well, the Super 6 was like 1 million years ago. And I said, well, Gennady Golovkin's amateur career was 3 million years ago. And y'all shipped him over here on a goddamn boat. And y'all are pronouncing his name like how they say it in his native tongue. And y'all are marketing him like he's greater than Marvin Hagler. That's exactly what they did. Y'all want to talk about boring. And I'm like, man, Andre Ward won the Super 6. And y'all don't want to respect that? Golovkin wants to go to 168 for Chavez Jr. He said, no, you coming up to my neck of the woods, you fighting me. Y'all call Andre Ward a bully, but then y'all demanded him go up to fight KK Kovalev. And he did it. And he retired, and y'all still mad at that. So I need black fighters to understand we could do no right. Jackie, you just came into the door. I need you to sit down and be quiet, young man. What do you mean y'all want them to be boring? No. They want to shrink the ring to get your man, Keyshawn Davis. It took him 3 months to apologize for acting like a complete and total ninja. They want him in a 12-by-12 ring slugging it out with somebody that's probably heavier than him for him to get CTE. What I'm speaking on helps him too, because they'll figure out how to thump him. You know, they'll find out. See, Tank is this knockout artist. They'll find out to stump him too. And when I say they, I don't necessarily mean the Saudis. The boxing public. Now watch this. What if Tank wins and beats Shakur beats Zepeda, and he calls out Tank? Everybody's happy, right? And then you find out the ring is a 26-by-26. Courtesy of Turkey Al-Sheikh. Tank fans gonna be like, wait a minute. Is this because he didn't fight Devin for the $50 million? Is this because Tank said something crazy about him? This is not fair. Shakur gonna run. So, remember what Coach Cal said to Marco? Why would we want that fight? He's not gonna stand there and let us do what we do. And then you find out it's not an 18-by-18. It's a 26-by-26. Then you'll be crying. What I'm talking about is fairness, Jackie. I'm talking about fairness. That's what I'm talking about. He says, does Keyshawn get the ninja sword?
Give power to my nigger sword!
So I need Shakur to beat Shakur. Don't go in there like how the Desert Storm went in against Ruslan Pavatnikov. Jackie says Keyshawn isn't a runner, though. Is he a boxer? Watch this, y'all. Is he a boxer? Is he a boxer? Watch this. Don't help him. 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 Do not help him. Jackie, Audacity Podcast in the building. He's a boxer who can punch, right? Okay, great. What weight is Keyshawn Davis fighting at? Don't help him. Don't help him. Let the young man answer the question. He says, yes, he's a boxer, but an exciting one that fights in the pocket. Okay, Jackie, what weight does he fight at? Butcher, don't help him. I'm asking him. You got to be fast, Jackie. I got shit to do today. He moved up to 140. Did he make weight in his last fight?
Whoa! What the
Go!
Did he make weight in his last fight? I'll wait. Because it was supposed to be at 140, right? How much did he weigh on that scale? How much did he weigh on that scale? Do you remember? Because you're a Keyshawn fan, right? He says no, but it's not intentional. He sure was flexing on that scale. I saw a six-pack of abs. Edwin was out of the ring for 2 years and was disciplined and professional enough to make weight. Keyshawn just fought like 4 months prior, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And came in overweight and was flexing like he did something. So he's not 140. Anything above 140 is welterweight. So let me ask you a question, Jackie. How would you feel if his next fight is against Brian fucking Norman Jr. in an 18-by-18? You see, this is what happens when we don't hold each other accountable. Exactly, Michael Ray. Not intentional. He was flexing on the goddamn scale. Like he did something. He knew he wasn't going to make weight. What he thought was that Edwin De Los Santos was going to be so thirsty for the bread that he was going to take the fight anyway. That's what he thought. And no, he was not. And newsflash, Edwin got paid anyway. The only fight you saw your boy have was backstage after homie whooped his brother's ass. So when you say things like not intentional as it pertains to Team Davis, you need to rethink your entire life. Now, this ain't about this kid. Anything above 140 is welterweight. Now, what if his next fight, whatever happens with Devin and Brian happens, but damn it, he's going to 147, and his first fight is in an 18-by-18 against Brian Norman Jr. How you feel? Is he still 140 now? Uh-oh. You see what I'm speaking about? See, you guys, you try and protect your favorite fighter. But see, when I talk, it covers everything. You see, I don't like Tyson Fury. Car fire. The Fury fans are laughing. Oh, 18-by-18, 18-by-18, 18-by... Yeah, what if his big ass is in the 18-by-18 and now he can't move as much against Deontay in the fourth fight? Then what? All of a sudden it's, oh shit. Yeah, exactly. Jackie, this is the part where I need you, young man, to be silent. There's weight classes for a reason, dude. Exactly. Then why the fuck did he come in overweight against Edwin De Los Santos? The contracted weight was 140. Your man came in at like at 145 or something crazy. He was 5 or 6 pounds over. Did you miss that? That means he's a welterweight. So I'm asking you, anything above 140 is a welterweight. So if you can't make 140 anymore, that's fine. What happens if his first fight is in an 18-by-18 ring versus Brian Norman Jr.? How you feel? How you feel? You say there's weight classes for a reason, dude. Exactly. Why did he try and rob Edwin De Los Santos? That's what you should be asking your favorite fighter that you have right there in the avatar, by the way. Him. You know, his brother lost in the ring. And what did they do? They go to that man's locker room and they tried to jump him. It was all on video. That's your guy? Did you hold him accountable or did you justify that behavior, Jackie? You got to be very careful of who your heroes are. I don't put fighters in my avatar. At some point, they can disappoint you. And these new YNs, they will. Now, please, let me get back to my show. Have a seat, young man. This is an education. Nigga got up there and missed weight and shit. And then flexed. I'm watching it like, what the fuck? Stormy called me up. He's like, yo, you looking at it? I said, man, go back and watch it. He got off the, they said, yeah, Keyshawn Davis, 146. And he flexed like, like, what the fuck? Bro, you more than missed weight. And then shows up to the damn event where people came to see him. Shaq was there. Mike Vick was there. He's eating popcorn and trolling. I'm like, yo, bro, people came to see you. And then your brother got his ass whooped. What do? You and your baby go backstage to jump, homie. And it's all caught by the white folks on ESPN. And this young man is in there with a Keyshawn Davis avatar. My brother, young brother, please. Just put a pair of gloves up there or something. Just put a little, get a sign that says, I love boxing. I'm learning boxing. This is crazy. Keyshawn Davis is not a good representation of this sport of boxing at all. But what I'm talking about here is the underlying racism. I need Shakur out of principle to win this. I need him to win this. And I was just thinking about this the last couple of days. I said, wait. I do got a problem with Shakur. And I was detached. I'm not rooting for him to lose or nothing like that. But I said, you know what? It's not going to bother me because, this kid, his mouth, and I don't like his aura, and he runs his mouth in a certain way, and the shit with Devin, and overall his behavior is fucked off. And then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Wait. That shrinking of the ring, that's Turkey catering to these trolls out here. They don't know what we know. A lot of these guys, like Jackie right now, once their favorite fighter goes away or they have one big loss or whatever, it's over. They disappear. Case in point. Where's Amir Imam? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Amir Imam? Where'd he go? He was hot in these streets. He had one loss, and then his fan base vanished. I was looking like, I wasn't even doing content when that happened. He just disappeared. And I said, man, damn. Really? Yeah, Ryan Garcia fans, where y'all at? Y'all not in my chat no more? Y'all not in my comment section anymore? What? What happened to Clapback Thursdays with Oscar? What?
What?
Where'd y'all go? Further proof, there was never any AJ American fans, Fury American fans, there's not even American Ryan Garcia fans. They're men and they're homosexuals. They were just Wilder haters, Floyd Mayweather haters, Devin Haney haters. And Shakur, welcome to the club. Because you have a select few that are hoping a smaller ring will get your head knocked off. And off of general principle, me being who I am, I understand what I'm looking at. And me rooting against Shakur is rooting against boxing. Y'all understand what I just said? To root against Shakur. And I'm not a fan of this kid in his behavior, but I never said he wasn't brilliant in the ring. And there's a lot of unknowns about him. I don't know if he got dog in him. I don't know if he got a chin like Floyd. Floyd Mayweather had a chin. There's attributes on Floyd Mayweather that y'all didn't ignore. First of all, he has a thick neck. Every time I watched him train, he was doing neck exercises. That's for punch resistance. He ain't got no bird neck. The man got cracked by Shane Mosley 2 times and he even hit the ground. Almost. But he's a dog. I don't know if Shakur has that dog in him. And I'm sure he's not willing to find out, because if he can get through his career and not get touched, then it is what it is. Now, what I was saying is what Shakur needs to do is monetize this running shit. He needs to get on his Instagram and say, you know, he should do a commercial. You know, a lot of people, they say I run a lot. And then he walks up and gives Hussein Bolt a pound. That's not true. I'm a boxer. You know, running is what this man does. And then he's lacing up some Nikes or whatever. And then he goes jogging with Usain Bolt. And then every track star in the last few decades are on that track with him. And he's just doing a PSA. I'm a boxer. And then someone in the crowd says, F you, Shakur, and they throw something at him and he just moves. You know, people hate me, but if you can't hate me, I mean, if you hate me, just beat me. F you, Shakur. And then the whole audience starts chasing him, and they're running as fast as they can, and he's just jogging. And when they stop, he turns around and says, yeah, those are the guys that can't stand me. You know, that guy, that's Dick Blower Boxing 2000. Those are trolls chasing him. You see, I'm doing a commercial for you, Shakur. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called boxing. You don't like me? Beat me. Catch me if you can. And he should put it on a shirt. You don't like me? Beat me. Catch me if you can. Exactly, Intelligent Savage. Own it. Lean into it and own it. You don't like me? Beat me. Catch me if you can. And put it on the back of his shirt with him smiling. Catch me if you can. Own it. Every interview he do, he should be like moving at 100 miles an hour. Yo, Shakur, why can't you keep still? Yeah, I'm moving because you can't catch me. He should show up to his next press conference in a Flash uniform. You don't know I'm the Flash. Own it. Troll these niggas, but don't let them get you off your game. And that's the only advice I'm gonna give this kid. Word up, Thomas. Own it, bro. And I need you guys to understand, I'm not like I don't hate this kid. I hate the shit that he's done. I never hated Tank. I just hated his behavior. But his fan base has made me like, yo, bro, all right, y'all want to put that coat on me? Fine, man. Now I'm going to tell the truth about this little YN. Because I never lied on him. He's an asshole. Never. Keyshawn Davis. I'm looking at him like, yo, bro, why are you behaving like this? What? Two of the worst things I've seen on ESPN. The first thing was, I was watching that Detroit Piston Indiana Pacer game when Ron Artest went crazy. I was watching the game that night. And I said, I can't believe this shit. I remember they interviewed him. They was like, yeah, man, you know, I'm from the QB. It is. No, don't put that on my city, man. Don't put that on Queens. Don't put it on Brooklyn. Don't put it on New York City. No, nigga, you're just crazy, bro. You're just crazy. Meta World Peace. He's just crazy. That's it. That's it. You're just a nut. That was the first travesty I saw on live TV. Because you know what I kept saying? I said, man, ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas out here doing this. And the dude that Ron attacked was a white guy. It was just a mess. The second thing was Keyshawn Davis incident. To hear these white folk talking, oh man, this is just ridiculous. Oh, why is he doing that? Oh, and the baby's in it. I say, oh man, this kid is there. And then he took his time apologizing. Jackie, go get your mans. Adults don't own shit like that. We distance ourselves from shit like that. Because when I spoke about that, it had all three of those brothers turning into monkeys, Jackie. I don't recall you being in the chat that day. You may have. I don't recall. But you can't defend that. And watch this. Snoop, what up? And watch this. I won't defend it. Because that's not who I am. No nigga like that represents me at all. Forget it. Oh, we ain't go back there to start a fight. What you go back there for? Yeah, you fought that night, but not in the ring where you were supposed to. You had all the stars come out to come see you, and your fat ass ain't make weight. And then flex like you did something. Oh, Copper, you was at the palace? The Arab do it? Wow. That's wild work. I know I was watching it at home like, what's going on? I saw Jermaine O'Neal hit that fat boy. I don't know, the camera was there at the right time. That fat boy ran on the court. All you saw was, he looked like Dawson, came up, boom, caught him clean, and he slipped after he did it. I said, damn, Village Brothers, salute. It was crazy. And Keyshawn Johnson right up there. With nigger nonsense. Gary, what up? Yeah, he was laughing and eating popcorn. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? But Jackie, that's your man's. And like I said, anything above 140 is welterweight. Now, how you gonna feel? Let's add it to it. Let's add to it. Turkey shrinks the ring because let's say Shakur styles on Zepeda and makes it look easy. And Turkey shrinks the ring again. No, damn it, I'll make it a 12 by 12, a 16 by 16. I'll make it a 16 by 16. And Keyshawn needs, because no one wants to take a risk on him. And Turkey says, Keyshawn, come to me. I'll pay you $10 million. All right, cool, I'm fighting. Brian Norman Jr. at 147, since you can't make the 140. Well, I can't catch weight him. No, man, you're no longer the A side. You're no longer the A side, man. You done fucked that off. ESPN don't want to deal with you. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that are hard pressed to deal with you because of your behavior. So come get this $10 million, but you fighting Brian Norman at the 147, at the full 147. I mean, this, you know, you were 6 pounds over your target weight. You're only going to be 4 pounds under 147. You can eat all the popcorn you want now. Because you're exciting and you're fighting the pocket. Now, Jackie, are you excited about that? No, you said there's weight classes for a reason. So it's okay for him to try and jerk around Edwin De Los Santos, but it's not okay for him to fight Brian Norman Jr. in a 16 by 16 or fuck it, an 18 by 18 ring. Because you said there's weight classes for a reason. You see what I mean? You see how you picked up. Yo, listen. He picked up a gun and said, let's play Russian roulette. And I said, Jackie, I'm not going to play that game with you. Why, are you scared? No, you should be scared. Why? That's a semi-automatic weapon, you dunce. That's not a revolver. Yeah, there's one bullet in there. It's in the chamber. Jackie, just hang out and learn something, brother. It's an education, but I gotta get out of here, man. I got shit to do. Y'all don't take your foot off of Eddie Reynoso. I might drag him some more tomorrow. This is news. Don't let them get away with it. This is news. I gotta go run the streets. I got a lot of errands to run. But this is news, y'all. Let's get it. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love. I had some Cash App. Damn it. I ain't got time to read them. I had some Cash Apps yesterday. My bad, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. I'm going to try and do pep talk tonight. Yeah. Y'all get on Reynoso's bumper today. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.